You're listening to The Big Match on WLR, thanks to George Corbett Skoda.
Sixmilebridge men on the 20-metre line there. Keane's Road end. They're really focused for they, of course, the same strip as the Clare County team. The blue and gold, the blue and saffron of Clare, and of course the black and red of Ballygunner. Fergal walks away from his group of players. What a leader he's been from them, but you really feel they can go on and reach this Munster final.
Definitely, Kieran. They're not there's a tricky one, Kieran, to be honest with you. Kieran, because they weren't expected maybe to beat Thurles Stars. They're expected to beat Sixmilebridge. I can see a bit of tussling going on already, Kieran. So it's going to be interesting. I fancy Ballygunner big time, Kieran.
Referee in the middle of the field, John Murphy, an experienced referee, out in the middle of the field with his Limerick officials, and of course on the standby linesman is Jason Mullins. Also Colin McAllister is there as well as standby linesman. They're on the line, the ball is in, and the Munster semi-final is underway. Ballygunner playing from right to left against a very, very strong wind, so the very strong breeze is favouring the men from Sixmilebridge, and from the throw-in they get a free on their own 65, but with the strong wind then Dan definitely within their compass.
Yeah, it's a good start straight away, Kieran. A free straight away, and it would really settle Sixmilebridge if they were to put this over. The wind is with him. I think this Jamie Shanahan hits the freeze for him, Kieran, so he's usually very accurate, and I think this was
part of the 86 team, and he, again a family steeped in the bridge tradition, but this guy is called into the county panel, part of the county experience, and a big guy too now.
Yeah, he's a big man, Kieran, because I would have seen him there this year with Clare, so I think today is a day for maybe stroking the ball, Kieran, and have the wind taking it, and this lady said to them
Pauric Quinn, the doctor, gone out, everyone's okay, so now it's all concentration on Jamie Shanahan inside his own 65, hitting into the town end. Has he put it over? Yes, he has. The umpire took a while to make their decision, but it's gone over the bar, and the ideal start for them, just played a minute and they've gone one up. So puck out Stephen O'Keefe here, trying to put it down the left, the all-star keeper. What an achievement for him, and a well-deserved honour for him, but unfortunately his puck out goes right out over the line, trying to find Shane Walsh there, and indeed Pauric as well, but in front of the stand there, right out over the line, halfway line, in front of the officials down here in front of us. Going to be a line ball for the men from Clare. Coming across is Cayman Morey, of course cousin of the centre back Shane Morey, and what seasons both of them are having. Not a great line ball across the middle of the field. Harley goes onto it, tries to double on it but misses it completely. Gilligan snips it up, flicks it away. Cathal Malone, one of the county panellists, going forward, has a look, takes his shot. There's a tail on that one, it's gone right and wide. Again they look sharp. Harley tried just flick it on, intercepted. A chance for Malone, right and wide. Score remains 1 point, no score.
Yeah, Kieran, he probably should have went to the left side of the post there, but again, the way they walked the ball was brilliantly.
Puck out in the middle of the field. Gilligan tries to get his hand on that one. They have a chance and they take their shot. Has Gilly put it over? Oh, off the upright it goes, could be dangerous. Down in the middle of the square there, but first react was Barry Coughlan there. Great play by Barry there, could have been a goal. He does well, gets it away to Ian Kenny. Oh my God, off the upright, and now they're still under a bit of pressure. Covering back is Philip Mahony. He works it back to Stephen O'Keefe to steady it up. Stephen, lovely diagonal ball way out to the right hand side, out on the far side, and Wayne Hutchinson sends it down into the corner, really in no man's land. Covering across to Shane Morey inside his own 45. The Clare half back bursting out, their star player this year, left-handed, sends it down into the town end. Now it could be very, very dangerous. Score on here for them. Ball tried to be flicked through there by the full forward goal, and well intercepted inside. That's great play by the defence there, and well done to Eddie Hayden. He did brilliantly there. Had that gone to hand, it was a certain score out for a line ball.
Yeah, Kieran, that ball gone to hand, as you said. It could have been a certain goal. One came off the post. Could have been two goals there in the space of 2 minutes, Kieran. But again, Ballygunner haven't really settled. Philip Mahony took him there back to Sock to settle it down. Bad ball up the line from Wayne Hutchinson, and a man inside him. So
Poor line ball on the far side. Did he touch it twice? The referee going across there. I think he touched it twice, or is he going to Malone? Take it again, or is he going to throw it in? But he definitely tried to take a quick one, but he didn't make contact. He was looking where it was going, just dribbled it along the ground, but he definitely hit it twice. But in the end, I think the ref, Murphy's from Limerick, is going to throw it in. It's inside the Ballygunner 45. It's over on the far side. Well won by Wayne Hutchinson. Gets it away to Philip Mahony, their outstanding defender this year. Hand passes back to Stephen O'Keefe. The all-star keeper opens the shoulders against a strong wind, but he's put it inside their 65. Going up for his Billy O'Keefe, the brother. Billy sends a lovely ball down into the corner. Chance here for JG, and on the end line, can he give it a play? It beats him out over the end line, and it's gone wide. First wide for Ballygunner, but a good swift movement. Score 1 point, no score. Great
intelligent play from Pauric into JG Hutchinson. Just to overrun it, Kieran, but I think Hayden Quilligan is going to...
Fahy with a long ball with that wind. You can see it dropped well inside the 45 under pressure there. Philip does well to pick it up there under pressure. That's Philip Mahony. In to help him is his uncle Shane O'Sullivan. Shane bursting out with it inside his own 45. Stand sides, playing down from right to left down in front of us there. Billy O'Keefe picks up the breaking ball. Good vision by Billy. Tries to flick the ball. Oh, lovely bit of control there by Pauric Mahony. Was he fouled? Yes, says the referee. And the Ballygunner supporters on under it love that. There were a lovely bit of class there by Pauric Mahony, the way he flicked it up, took a heavy shoulder from Cayman Morey. He fouled him. It's a free in.
Yeah, great work from Billy. Good touch from Pauric to get away. And as I said there, Kieran, Quilligan is man Mac and Pauric Mahony. Like, we were saying maybe that Shanahan and Morey would have done it, but no, they don't feel that.
Yeah, Quilligan has been named at 3 all year, but he's moved between fullback and halfback. Very experienced player. Of course, his dad won no less than 8 county medals with the Bridge, so a lot of these lads are second and third generation of Bridge hurlers, a proud tradition. Mahony takes the free, and no prouder tradition than the Mahonys and the Sullivans as he hits that ball over the bar. Opening score for Pauric. We're level for a first time. Well struck, streak between the posts. Davey mentions there isn't a better striker from baseball.
No way, Kieran, that'll settle it now. This time last week he missed his first one, Kieran, so he did, but he didn't miss the first one today.
Fahy with the puck out for the Clareman. Dropping near the 45, wind assisted of course. That's the Ballygunner 45 who's first to react and get the ball into the hand. It's outside the 45 now. Malone is trying to get his hand, and he gets it onto his hand. The County Clare man, inter-county man, intercepted well by the captain Shane Walsh. That's great play by Walsh. Gets it to Wayne. That's the centre back, but not the best of ball. Tried to flick it on there to Billy O'Keefe, but Cayman Morey comes in. It's on the 45 now. Back to help and work hard is Billy O'Keefe. Good work rate by the Ballygunner corner forward. Now out on the 6Mile 65. Again trying to get it into their hand. The pitch has held up very well despite the very heavy rain over the last 24 hours, and well done to all involved, but the play is still going on near the far side, near the 45. That's the 6Mile 45. Again, players just struggling to get into their hand, and in the end is picked up by cornerback Noel Purcell. He's come out with it, not the best of passes, but he's found Conor Deasy, the midfielder, former LIT student, and Fitzgibbon Cupman plays into the full forward, and this could be very, very dangerous. Brian Corry, the danger man. He's been policed by Ian Kenny. Corry picks it up. He has space, he has options, but in the end gives it away cheaply in the end to Shane Walsh. Good cover by the captain. He was there and he works the ball away to Philip Mahony. Philip gets the ball out to Wayne Hutchinson inside his own 45. Sun shining but very bitterly cold, and a strong wind they're facing into. Back to Philip. Not the best of clearances, blocked down. The ball breaks to Shane Golden. Golden gets the ball away to Colin Malone for the Bridge on the 45. That's the Ballygunner 45. Overplayed it. Steps says the referee Murphy, and free out, and great pressure there by the Ballygunner defence. Free out and relief for them.
Yeah, great work from Ian Kenny. He didn't leave his man inside him, Kieran, there, and he faced him one-on-one, and he stood up to the task. Yeah,
you can see there Peter Hogan there, very heavily strapped. He has the hamstring injury, and you could see there as he ran for that ball, he just couldn't keep up with Morey, and Morey gets the ball away out to the middle of the field to the oldest man on the field, Gilligan, the 41-year-old, gets the ball away to Shane Golden in space. The county man should have no problem with this, and he doesn't. Over the bar it goes. First score for Golden. 5 points in the county final. Now he gets his opener. The Bridge go back in front.
Yeah, great play from Noel again, using his head there. No, he couldn't get away from man. Little hand passing over the bar.
Very straightforward. Of course, they have a very, very strong win. 7.5 minutes gone. You're listening to our big match. The George Corbett scored a big match on WLR. From the puck out, it's Ballygunner on the attack. Ball breaks to Harley. Harley on their own takes his shot. but Harley's shot just got a shoulder. If he's going to hit it, it goes left, goes wide. Second wide for Ballygunner. Score remains 2-1, and it's the Bridge lead.
Yeah, great work from both teams, Kieran, considering the conditions. Like, it's cold out there to handle the ball, but great work from both teams.
Huge puck out again by Fahy, again dropping the ear to the 20-yard line, then the 45. Ball breaking down into Deasy, the midfielder. He's all alone. He has time, he has space, and he has the direction. He puts it over the bar. 3 points to 1. The Bridge really using that long win. Long puck out, very direct. Route 1. Ball breaks to Deasy over the bar. They're going from 3-1.
Yeah, I think it's the way to go, Kieran, with the win. Go as long as you can so you can get on the breaks if you don't win in the air. Great puck out
going with a long one again, looking for Pauric. Mahony being Quilligan and Mahony over on the far side. Fitzpatrick was to mind him, but as Quilligan given the job to mark the Ballygunner race, they're on their own 45. Gives it back to Evan McInerney. Did he foul? Yes, sir, referee. Going to be free in for Ballygunner, but Pauric is so vital for them. And obviously, as you say, Quilligan has been out to man mark, but definitely that gives a chance in around the
100%, Kieran. The work party just held them up, Kieran. Like, it wasn't going to give away a slippery hand pass and a free in for Ballygunner. Tough free, Kieran.
Looks on the line. One of the stewards asked him to put on the bib. He hadn't his bib on. The very officials here, these Munster officials, he's putting on the bib. And alongside him, of course, is Gordon, of course, who was part of the team manager, of course, back in 01. Fergal has on the bib, and Pauric, there's a line ball over on the far side, or the free over on the far side, just outside the 45. It's literally on the sideline, bank side, hitting in to the Keens Road end. Takes his time with it as normal, has a look, takes the shot, and it's gone over the bar. That's a super strike, literally on the sideline, over the bar it goes. It's 3 points to 2. Lovely strike, Pauric.
Yeah, 2 tough frees from Pauric, settling them down big time, Kieran. It's the work ethic that got the free, that Kieran was the big thing there for that.
The puck out, looking at the options. The former Oscar trainer player, a man who could have gone cross channel for soccer, but he stuck with the Bridge and he stuck with. Oh, brilliant puck! Catch from the puck out by Wayne Hutchinson into the clouds. Lovely catch, of course. Decent footballer as well with Galtier. Gets the ball on to David O'Sullivan there. Slips as he went for it. Well covered back and taken away by Hutchinson again. Hutchinson gives it to Shane O'Sullivan, the 31-year-old on the 65. Has he given it enough? Is it going to tail left? Yes, it is. Left and wide. The third wide for Ballygunner. The score remains 3-2. A lot of the balls are going left to left upright.
I think Kieran Sully did look up to his credit point, and none of the lads made any good movement side, so he took probably right off.
This is where you miss Brian O'Sullivan in situations like that. From the puck out, Shane O'Sullivan picks it up. The experienced Shane tries to get the ball away to David. No relation, but the centre forward on one of his runs takes it there, push on the back, and does well to win it. Was there a push on the back as the ball came to him? Referee says there was, and it's going to be free literally in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think he pulled across from Jamie Shanahan going in there, Kieran, to that.
Yeah, a bit late.
It's a bit late, but it'll take there for him. But that's what you want to see, how David Sullivan going down the middle, Kieran.
So Ballygunner, 16 county titles. They've played in 8 Munster finals, but only won one for a club who has dominated Waterford, indeed such prominence in the Munster Provincial Championship. I'm sure they'd like to add to that one title back in 01. One man was there in 01 as a player, as Fergal. Now he's the manager. If anyone can guide them to the Holy Grail in Munster club hurling, it's Fergal. But in the middle of the field is Pauric Mahony, just outside his own 65. It's into a very, very strong wind. It's right of centre, just right of the right upright, hitting into the Keens Road. Has he caught it? No, it's gone right and wide. Fourth wide for Ballygunner. Score remains 3-2. We've played 11 minutes, Dan.
Yeah, probably Pauric's easiest free. Maybe into the win, Kieran, a bit tricky, but no, I expect the Pauric to put it over.
Puck out down our left. Fahy to take it. 3 points to 2. Wind assisted Bridge going long again. Oh, out comes Hutchinson again. Great catch in the air. Was he pushing the back? But I think it was behind him the fouling was happening, and unfortunately while Wayne caught it in behind him, Philip was judged for pushing the back, and a cheap free really for the Clareman.
Kieran, because Hutch had the ball in his hand and Philip did a little push on Gilly. To be honest with you, like, no need for it. It gives Sixmilebridge a chance to settle down again, Kieran, because Ballygunner were on top of it.
Gilly staying out around the 45 there, the experienced Gilligan, of course, former All-Star. He's been there, he's done it.
He's using the head, Kieran, to be honest with you.
So a free, and it should be literally a tap over. It's 3 points to 2 if you've just joined us. The Bridge are leading, Sixmilebridge are leading, and should be no problem for Shanahan. And Shanahan sends it over the bar. It's number 2 for him. Stretches the lead. It's double scores, 4 points to 2. 12 minutes gone, but we must stress a very, very strong win facing the men from Clare. The Clare champions, of course, won their county final 2 weeks ago. This is Ballygunner's 8th Sunday in a row, and of course they picked up that injury last weekend with Brian O'Sullivan against Thurles Sarsfields, and what a loss he is to them. Stephen O'Keefe with the puck out in the middle of the field. Ball breaks. First reactor is Harley Barnes. Good play by the midfielder. Mr. Consistency in the middle of the field. Gets it into Hogan. Heavily strapped tie again. Just not running freely, and you can see that he's not running freely, and in the end there was a foul there as he went to pick that ball. But you can see Dan, he's just carrying that little injury, and whether he should start or not is a big question. I know he's lethal, but they have some good subs, and I wonder why they persist with a man with such an injury.
I think they're probably trying to go to Peter and get the best out of him, then bring him on our subs fresh. Maybe he's experienced in that level, but again, a stupid free from Sixmilebridge, picked the ball off the ground there. Like, it gets Pauric a massive chance to put Ballygunner
inside his own 45 again, just right of the right upright, hitting into Keane's Road and down into Keane's Road and up on the bank. There's a lot of Sixmilebridge supporters. They have their flags up, but they have them down at the moment because it's gone over the bar. Number 3 for Pauric Mahony. It's 4 points to 3. They're staying in touch, Dan.
Yeah, Kieran. Yeah, it's intriguing, Kieran. This time of the year, it's cold weather out there. Like, they handle the ball. Wayne Hutchinson's been top of his man. It looks like he's going to crap this
Fahy with the puck outside the 45. Hutchinson goes high, but knocks it down into full forward goal, and he's one of their danger men, hitting down into the right hand corner. Swings the ball across into the danger zone. Coughlan does well to it. Philip was there as well. Coughlan and Philip, but in the end, poorly executed, and the ball breaks to Gilligan, and the 41-year-old, the auctioneer of Sixmilebridge, gets the bid right that time. Between the post it goes, stretches the lead. Lovely breaking ball there, but a bit of confusion in the defence, and soft enough point for Gilligan.
Yeah, Kieran again, it should have been clear from Ballygunner. Maybe a bit of distance into the long distance shot there today, but Gilly again off his left side is lethal, like, and a great play from the veteran.
So Stephen O'Keefe with the black and red sends it out to the right hand side, looking for Harley Barnes. Oh, there's a very, very high challenge there by Jamie Shanahan there. He's been in the wars already with Pauric Mahony. Came in very high, and I'm amazed the ref hasn't gone over. Just have a word with him, but Harley really took the full blunt of Shanahan in the middle of the field, but wins a free inside his own 65. Now, against the strong wind, I wonder will Pauric have the distance? He'll have the direction, but would he have the distance then?
Yeah, I think he will, Kieran, but will he go short maybe from Ballygunner player again? David Sullivan's up the line there, Kieran, so no stupid free. I think Jamie is after 2 tickets now, could have got a yellow card for that one, to be honest with you, Kieran.
Decent crowd here.
Great crowd,
the
Kieran.
City and County Mayor there, Pat Nugent down there, Tom McCarthy, of course, the great astute judge, John Sheehan, and many watching as Mahony takes the shot. There'll be some score if it goes over, and it's gone over. That is a super score by Pauric Mahony. He's 4th of the afternoon, and the 4th for Ballygunner, but that's a super strike.
Yeah, he's on his game today, Kieran. He's on his game today, to be honest with you. He's hungry, he looks fresher today than he started well again last week with faded a bit, but today Pauric is really on form in the centre forward position.
Fahy with the puck out, former minor 21 keeper with Clare, an experienced campaigner. Again, it's gone along, dropping nearer to the 20 line than the 40 metre line from Ballygunner goal there. Bit of skirmish there, people trying to just get the ball in their hand, a bit of a loose ruck, you could say, as the black and red and the blue and gold search for that ball, but in the end, referee John Murphy is going to throw it in. It's about 30 metres out from the Ballygunner going. Ballygunner playing from right to left, that's the town end, and of course, as we said earlier, playing into a very, very strong wind that favours the men from the banner. Ball is thrown in, it's inside the 45. Who can get it into their hands again? There's a sea of players around. Why the referee don't separate a lot of players and just leave 2 in for a throw in, but again, Amelie, and he's deciding to throw it in. Shane O'Sullivan, the man, seems to be the man that's going in for the throw in, but who can get into their hand? The man who gets in is Harley Barnes there. What's he found? Yes, says the referee. Harley good in those situations. Except Philip Mahony, great for that ball.
Unbelievable, and Shane O'Sullivan, they're great men to win the dirty ball, and Harley Barnes have to get on that ball, Kieran, to be honest with you, there around the middle of the field. Does the simple things right. He knows his limitations and gives the ball to the lads in better positions.
John O'Mara looks on. He's the Sixmilebridge manager, minor in 07 when Clare won the All-Ireland. Part of the Bridge team. He's 4 county medals in his pocket, but he dearly loved to guide him back to Munster glory. They've won 3, they won 4, but to get the 4th they must get to the final. 5 points to 4 they lead. Free inside their own 45. Philip takes it. That's Philip Mahony down stand side. Plucked brilliantly out here by Shane Morey. The county man showed his class there. Gets it out to Cathal Malone inside his own 45. Stand side, a diagonal ball heading down to the scoreboard corner. Coughlan trying to cover across. They're trying to get into his hand there. Back helping is Wayne Hutchinson. Wayne is the man who gets it in. That's good play by Hutchinson. Lovely play by Hutchinson. And finds Shane O'Sullivan, who made himself available. Coming back to his own 20. Stand side of the field. Gives it to the captain, Shane Walsh. Oh, just loses footing as he came near the line. And John O'Mara, the manager there, jumped into the air there. He was happy to see that out over the line.
Yeah, just lost his footing here, and so it can happen, and it's good.
Wayne did well to find Shane with that ball.
They're very good. Socky was back for the back pass as well, Kieran. So just a slip of the
line ball on the 45. Alex Morey takes it. Cousin of Cayman the half, or brother of Cayman, cousin of Shana. Out as far as Harley Barnes. Harley Barnes now What can they do with this one? It's Billy O'Keefe on the 65. Billy looking for options down into the dressing room corner. Racing out first, Peter Hogan, the speedster, the DCU man. He's turned his marker. He's gone inside the inline. Takes his shot. Oh, brilliantly saved by Fahy there. Out for a 65. Reminiscent of some of the great goals he got as an under 21. Rounded his marker, dressing room corner in the inline. Bullet of a shot. Out for a 65. Or was it Connor? Connor Power actually was the man that ran away. I was wondering where the hamstring had gone there, but it was Connor Power. 2 yellow helmets in the full forward line. It was Connor Power. Rasper of a shot. Fahy did the business.
Great save there from Fahy. Kieran, to be honest with you, again, when you're one-on-one, Kieran, I don't think you should be missing them opportunities. Looking up with the keeper did his job to his credit. I think if they get a score off this, to be great.
Good news from Limerick on Ryan, leading 1-2 to 3 points against Kilmeely. So that's a great score so far for the men from Ryan. Of course, Ardmore had a very easy win in the junior semi-final against St Patrick's of Limerick. But here on the field, it's Sixmilebridge against Ballygunner. It's 5 points to 4. It's a 65. Brilliant save by Fahy there. Puts it out for the 65, right of the goalpost again, and as Pauric Mahony into that strong win, Cathal McAllister, the standby referee, hands him the sliotar, and now he's to take this shot. Great to see so many young kids down from Sixmilebridge, Dan, and adding a lot of colour.
That's what the club is about, Kieran, to be honest with you. Like, you know, they had underage games above Mount, so great for the kids to have games this morning, come down here and support their club. It's fantastic.
Jerry Cullen looks on there, of course, the chairman, as Pauric prepares to take the free. Gordon Ryan rushing down to have a word with Fergal as Pauric pushed it. Yeah, right and wide. He'll be disappointed with that. 5th wide for Ballygunner. Score remains 5-4, 1 point between the sides.
Yeah, Kieran, Pauric, I suppose he's too easy of frees he's missed, but look, the conditions are heavy out there, Kieran.
Long puck out by the clear man again. Fahy coming near the 20. Plucked out here by Malone. The big man has gone through inside the 20. Was he foul? Hutchinson seemed to be hanging out of him there. Referee says definitely foul on the 20-metre line. What a catch by Malone. Route 1, long puck out, literally just outside the 20-metre line. Malone catches. He's fouled and should be a simple tap over.
Yeah, we're always told, Kieran, there's a good free to give away, to be honest. He was going in and goal, and he'd probably get a yellow card for this Hutchie. Do you know what I mean? But there was a goal opportunity there. Did the right thing by fouling him. Great catch in there from Malone, Kieran. He's a good hurler, to be honest. He's really started well as well.
The county player Malone, of course, well done to Joan Kelly. Celebrated her 60th last night for the Shanahan family and for Owen Kelly's mum. And of course, Dando, great family night up in Mount Sinai, I believe. And our best wishes to Joan. She's had difficult time over the last 10 years, but what a woman, Joan. And our belated happy birthday to her.
Oh, definitely, Kieran. A lady, an absolute lady.
So the free is just outside the 20. And Shanahan makes no mistake. The third for him. More importantly, it puts the Sixmilebridge 2 points in front. It's 6 points to 4. 20 minutes gone. But again, they're playing with that strong wind. Stephen O'Keefe, will he go short? Will he go long? He's going down the right flank. Oh, Billy read that one well. Keeping it in the family outside the 65. Great puck out by Socky. Finds Billy running down the far sideline. Did he show too much of it there? Gets in as far as David Sullivan, very near the far sideline. What can David do with it? Gets it back to Shane O'Sullivan. It'll be some score if it goes over. He's standing on the sideline. I love to see a goalie looking straight up. That means it's gone over the black spot. That means it's gone over the bar. What a score by Shane O'Sullivan. And great combination there with David and himself.
Yeah, all came from Socky in goal, finding his brother, and great work, great teamwork there. Great shot from Sully. He missed the first opportunity, but he didn't miss that one.
Yeah, Socky's puck out have really improved. That was an 80-yarder straight into the hand of his brother.
Against the wind, Kieran.
Yeah, against the wind, and manufactures a point. It's 6 points to 5. 21 minutes gone. Ballygunner plucked out here by Wayne Hutchinson again. He's been brilliant under those long balls. He caught one a minute ago and there was a foul behind him, but he's doing well. Caught that big ball. They're a big half forward line. Well done, Wayne Hutchinson.
Yeah, great catch, Kieran. That's his second or third catch in the air. Could he do a job on Cathal Malone, Kieran, by switching wings there? Like, you know, seems to be on top of young Shane Welch there. Maybe that's something for Ballygunner to think about.
Yeah, he's the tallest on the team, 6'4", Cathal Malone, so a bit of a handful as Stephen O'Keefe comes out to take the free. It's far side, inside the 45, 5 metres in from the bank sideline on the far side. Down into the corner it goes. Connor Power has it. Connor takes the shot, has a look. The crowd. Everyone looked at it there, and the crowd, the Ballygunner crowd were clapping, but the umpire says right and wide.
Yeah, Kieran, there's a bit of a cheer from the far side there, Kieran. They thought it was gone over. We had that in last week, like, you know, but I hope it'll come back to me.
Fahy with the puck out. Score remains 6-all. From the puck out is 6-5. I think the The scoreboard even put up the extra one when I saw the 6 point going up there, but scoreboard wrong. It wasn't over the bar. The Bridge still leave by 1 from the puck out there. They win that ball, but they find very hard to make headway. They're working outfield. Shane Golden has it, swings it across to the middle of the field to Evan McInerney, drops it dangerously in around the edge of the square. Stephen O'Keefe scoops it out, but into the danger area. Alex Morey has it. Alex plays the ball back. What options have they? They're going to play it around. Alan Mulready, he has a look, takes a shot. He sends it over the bar. On the county panel, 3 points in the county final. Now he gets his first today, stretches the lead again, 7-5.
Great work here, Kieran, to set up the score. Fantastic score.
Against Stevens, puck is very close to the sideline, but well won by Shane Walsh, the captain. The Ballygunner left half back swings it dangerously in around the edge of the square. Conor Pauric comes out speedy, trying to get onto that ball. 30 metres out inside is Noel Purcell, the corner back. Who can get their hand on it? It's the man Power again, 13, unlucky for some. It wasn't lucky for him there. He did very well, won that ball, foul, out to the ball first. You cannot beat it. He's fouled, and a free and a chance for Pauric to bring it back to 1.
Yeah, great work there from young man Conor Pauric, to be honest with Kieran. Won the melee, got the ball, got a free, and an easy free for Pauric. Yeah,
it's really a situation where Brian O'Sullivan would love the situation there. There is space there. It is a place for a speedy forward like Brian. He's a huge loss in those scenarios.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kieran. And the midfielders and some of their backsmen looked up, and if Brian was in there today, would have been today. He's one-on-one inside a few occasions, so it would maybe, if Brian was there, then Sandra Morey would have been on him, but today it would have been a great day because there's space in that full forward line.
23.5 minutes, Pauric with the free, 30 metres out, just again right of centre. Already he has scored 4, make that 5 for the Ballygunner race. Over the bar it goes, and a great score it is. 5 from him, 1 from Shane O'Sullivan, as they trail 7 points to 6. 23.5 minutes gone. You're listening to WLRFM's George Corbett's Go, the big match live here from Walsh Park. Beautiful afternoon, sun is shining, bitterly cold, but we've been served up a very, very good Munster Club semi-final. Ball in the middle of the field, Conor Deasy putting the bannerman on the attack, playing the ball into Shane Golden outside the 20-metre line. Golden picks it up. He's a danger man, flicks the ball straight across the centre to Gilligan. Gilligan plays for a free, but the referee isn't having any of it. The Sixmilebridge crowd aren't happy with that, but play answers the referee. Brian Corry has it. Corry gets it back to midfielder Shanahan. He knows where the posts are, and he does. Over the bar it goes. Well worked back from Corry to Shanahan. He sticks it over the bar there. But Gilligan really played for that free.
He did clearly use his experience there. Your man, the referee, getting onto him there for diving. I don't think when you get there searching near the kill, you don't dive, but they got a score out
of it. On those ones. So the score of 8 points to 6. The Bridge go 2 up once again. Puck out by Stephen O'Keefe in the middle of the field. Possession won by Shanahan, sends it into the danger zone. Who's going to get a hand on that one? Golden has gone across to take it outside the big square. Coughlan comes in, slips to the ground, but gets the ball up. Does very well. That's great play by Barry Coughlan, the fullback. Super play by the Dawn Meats man. Back it goes to Stephen O'Keefe. Stephen gets it out to Philip Mahony. Oh gee, he gives that ball back. Is it too much? Yes, it is. Oh, it was actually Harley there. That was Philip there. Put too much on it. A 1-2 with Stephen O'Keefe, and the roar from the 6Milebridge stands tells it all. A simple pass back to the keeper. Put too much on it. Out over the inline now. It's near the corner flag, under the scoreboard. But he'll be disgusted with that.
Yeah, he will, Kieran. These things, when they come off, they're great, Kieran. When they don't, then you're the worst in the world. But I think
the intention was right.
It wasn't right. It's a tough free for Jamie Shanahan, to be honest with you.
So just a metre in from the sidelines, near to the corner flag.
He's after hitting a few of them.
But he's 4 to his credit. His dad and family down here, of course, long tradition with the club. His dad was part of the team that won that final back in '86, and now Jamie has County medals to boot as well. It's on the 65, well capable of putting it in. Has he put a bit of tail on it? Yes, he has. It's right and wide. Second wide for the Bridge, we believe. They've only 2 wides. The Ballygunner 6, but it's the scoreboard reads 8 points to 6 in the Bridge's favour.
Yeah, there's no good jumping in supporters, Kieran, if you don't put the ball over the bar, and he didn't put it over that time. Tough 65 though.
Stephen O'Keefe with the puck out, looking for Shane O'Sullivan, dropping inside the 65 in an arm wrestle there with Conor Deasy. Inside the 65, the man who picks up is David O'Sullivan. Good play by the centre forward. Lovely ball in, looking for Hogan. Hogan gets his hand onto this one. A lovely flick through. Oh! Just an overrun by Shane O'Sullivan. He was straight through, but just overran the pass. And Clare win back possession in the form of the 6Milebridge man Conor Deasy. Deasy over to the far sideline. What can they do with it? They're trying to work it in. Conor Deasy has it now. What's he going to do? He wins that ball back, plays it back. Bit of overplay, I would think, by them. They're playing for frees. Did they get a free? In the end they do, but it was Hayden Quilligan there literally jumped into the Ballygunner man, I thought, from here, but the referee says a chop down He points to Shane Walsh for a chop down. It's going to be free on the 65 and a chance for him to stretch their lead.
There was no different than Gilligan once, Kieran, to be honest with you, so consistency is the thing with referees, and Ballygunner will feel disappointed with that free.
Good news from Limerick as well. On Ryan 1-4 to Kilmealy. 6 points, 23 minutes gone in the first half, so on Ryan still in front. Long way to go up on Ennis. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, Ardmore had a big win against St. Pat's of Limerick in the junior Munster club. But here's the senior. It's 8-6. It'll soon be 9-6, I'm sure, if Shanahan puts it over. Yes, he does. 5th point for Shanahan. And more importantly, stretches the lead again. It's gone to a 3-point lead, Dan. Ballygunner were back in there for a while. Bridge starting to take a bit of control.
They are, Kieran, and his frees mainly, Kieran, to be honest with you, like that Sixmilebridge are getting. I haven't said that to Ballygunner after getting a lot of frees too, but but a goal is not in hurling, Kieran.
Yeah, of course, that strong wind, we'll have to emphasise, is favouring the Clareman. From the puck out, David O'Sullivan wins it. Lovely pass back to the captain, Shane Walsh. In came Gilligan there. Seemed to be a bit late, but play on, says the referee. John O'Mara, the manager from Sixmilebridge, wasn't happy with that. Fergal wasn't happy with it either, so hard to keep every manager happy. In the middle of the field, the ball is won by Cayman Morey. Morey gets the ball away to Mulready. He's going long. Is it going right? Yes, it is. Right and wide. From a Ballygunner point of view, they were happy to see it go right and wide. 9 points to 6. The Bridge lead by 3.
Yeah, Kieran, they're winning the rucks at the moment, and there's one-on-one aside with two of the boys inside in the full form. Maybe a low ball into the boys inside could have caused Ballygunner a better danger. The referee's calling someone.
Bitterly cold, lovely sunny. The ref going down. I think the umpires are calling way down the field there, but the referee, Johnny Murphy of Limerick, going to have a word with. It looks like Billy O'Keefe is the man.
His linesman is in his ear there, Kieran. He's whispering something there in his ear, so he must have saw a linesman, must have saw something. Yeah, Fergal is on him as well, so they must have signed something to the linesman, but
yeah, Fergal doesn't seem to be happy with it.
No, or Rory, but the thing about these things, Kieran,
Billy O'Keefe is showing the injury he has right across but he hasn't taken, he's just cautioned to no cards. It's going to be puck out down there right now. The sun is in Socky's eyes, very, very strong November sun, bitterly cold but brilliant sunshine here in Walsh Park. Ball near the line there as Pauric tried to keep it from the puck out, but the ball was intercepted there by Conor Deasy for the Clareman. Into the corner goes Corry. He's as well won by Philip. He did brilliantly there to win that ball. Out comes Shane Walsh, tries to get it out to Shane O'Sullivan. Really hard physical stuff in the middle of the field. The Clare crowd are up to their feet. They want the free. They've got a free. And all of the panel stood in unison there when they got that free. They're really, really roaring on the men from Clare there. They've won a free in the middle of the field. It's 9 points to 6. They're leading by 3. And there's just a minute to go to half time.
As I say, Kieran, they're winning the rucks at the moment, Kieran. The supporters are really up, and you saw that they're jumping in front of you. But again, Kieran, they're jumping before the ball's put over the bar. It's a tough free again for Jamie Shanahan, but he's hitting them well all day.
Yeah, he's 5 to his credit, so this is a chance for number 6, about 5 metres in from the sideline, halfway line. Fergal, hands on hips, just 1 minute of additional time. Fergal contemplating what he can do in the second half. He has a good bench to introduce as well, of course, and of course he'll have the strong wind as Shanahan takes the free. Seems to have followed through brilliantly. Yes, he has. Lovely swing there. He really followed through on that one. Wind assisted. Over the bar it goes. It's gone to a 4-point lead.
Yeah, I think he just really stroked that ball. He left the wind do the job, Kieran, to be honest with you, So a great free, and put some four
real expression of a follow through. When you follow through, you get the direction of golf stroke, really. But again, the referee, the linesman must be very busy. This time he's calling the boys over again. Billy O'Keefe is going over, but it's Cayman Morey. Is he going to get a yellow here? He's having a good word with the right half back, of course. He's cousin of Shane Morey and
Kieran,
brother Alex.
I don't see any dirt or anything out there today, Kieran, to be honest with you. And if the referee doesn't see anything, I don't agree with these yellow card, Kieran, because it really puts backs on tender hooks in for the rest of the game. If he doesn't see 2 more books,
two more books, so 2 yellows. So Billy O'Keefe, number 15, and number 5 for the Clareman, go into the little black book as 10 points to 6, 4 points between the side. Poor enough puck out straight down the throat of Cathal Malone for the Clareman. He's racing up the stand side, gets the ball away to Gilligan. Gilligan on the sideline. Gilligan has a look, takes his shot. Coolness personified. The experience of the All-Star, the man who was there back in 97. 6 county medals to his credit. And of course, All-Ireland medals to boot with the banner as well. That's a beautiful strike.
A massive score off his right side, who wouldn't be Gilly's favourite side. Kieran, he got one off the left there about 10 minutes ago. Now they're going to have to right. Again, great work there from Cathal Malone. Unbelievable
work. 5 up, Dan.
Yeah, Kieran.
Approaching half time. Poor puck out.
Yeah, poor the only 1 or 2 that Socky has done all day. He got caught for that in Stumford.
Ball dropping near the 45. O'Keefe trying to get his hand into the Bridge, really. You can sense that they can they're going for the juggler here. They have the wind and trying to use it in this very first half. We approach half time, almost 32 minutes gone. There goes the half time whistle. Half-time whistle with a scoring of 11 points to 6. The men from Clare lead by 5, but there's a strong wind in the second half. Will the wind be good enough, and what will Fergal have to say to his charges at half-time? Join us for first half analysis after the break.
You're listening to The Big Match on WLR, thanks to George Corbett Skoda.
Yes, welcome back to Walsh Park. The half-time score, Sixmilebridge 11, Ballygunner 6, the Bridge leading by 5. And before the game we spoke to Davy Fitzgerald, who joined us once again, Colin Keys now from the Irish Independent, and also Dermot Keys, Munster Express. Davy, you said before the game you expected the Bridge to win, but 5 points up. You must be very pleased against the strong win. Yeah,
I'm pleased. Yeah, we're going in against a bit of a breeze now, all right. But this is going to go to the wire, I'd say. But the thing I'm happy about is how hard the lads are fighting. They're fighting extremely hard. I think, Ballygunner have only scored 1 point from play. We were stupid in a few of the frees, even though I thought 3 of them were soft, very soft. And if we can just cut out the frees and make them work for it, but I expect this to go right to the wire. I think it'll be a tight one.
Malone has been very impressive. You mentioned before the game, winning those puck outs, and of course the experience of Gilligan got 2 beauties.
Yeah, I think Malone and probably Golden are winning a good few balls and they're laying them off, and we're getting good scores off them, which is important. So, and I thought when we ran at them too, when we started to run them, I thought we caused them a few problems. So we need to keep doing that, is keep running at them. But I don't think we've seen Ballygunner doing anything like they're capable yet, and so I expect a big go from them in the second half. So, but I still think it'll be anyone's game come towards the end of it.
Colin Keys, the win factor, how big a factor do you feel it is?
It probably is very significant, alright, Kieran, but I think we're seeing probably some kind of psychological hangover from last week. When you play such an epic game like that, it's very, sometimes can be very, very difficult for a team to just pitch up a week later and go at it in that first half. So I would agree. I think Ballygunner with the wind will come on, will come strong. I thought Conor Power looked dangerous on a couple of occasions there, obviously for the only goal chance, so I'd say we'll see a lot more ball into his corner. He looks to have the turn of pace maybe to do a bit of damage there, but I've been very impressed with the ferocity of Sixmilebridge. They've really hit everything.
The throwing, the ball breaks to David O'Sullivan. Quite first half for his high standards, going straight through down the middle, gets the ball away to Billy O'Keefe, sends him a shot, sends it over the bar. That's the start they wanted, and the red and black flags down under us tells its own story. Great inspiration run by David O'Sullivan, fed it through and over the bar it goes.
Yeah, great work there from David O'Sullivan. Colin Keys said their first 10 minutes about it. Goal chance there, Kieran. There was a half a goal chance there, could have shot low.
So Billy O'Keefe gets the opener for the second half. All the blue seats are being filled up now. They're up from their TSC. Councillor John O'Leary making his way in after the warm cup of Bovril at half time, or was it something stronger? From the puck out, Wayne Hutchinson wins it, gets the ball up to Billy O'Keefe. Down into the corner it goes. Now a chance here for Conor Power, the speed merchant, down in the goal scoring end of Walsh Park. Tries to take on his man. What's he doing in? He turns a twist, but in the end he sends it left and wide. Good scoring chance. Gonna beg into 7th wide for the Ballygunner man.
It would be a nice score, Kieran, to get 2 in a row within a minute. See the clear Sixmilebridge on his door telling the keeper go as long as he can. And I see Wayne Hutchinson gone over on Coughlan Malone.
Yeah, so it's going to be very, very tactical in the second half. Just over a minute gone. Ballygunner have brought it back to 4. They were trailing by 5 at half time. 11 points to 7 from the puck out. The big, tall, clear half forward, and again causing problems. Ball goes to Alex Morey, and that looks a good point. That is a great point from the sideline. Brilliant strike by the wing forward. Sends it over the bar. They stretch the lead once again back to 5.
Great work again from Conor Malone. Simple job, one possession and pass the ball.
Billy O'Keefe really showing well over on the far side. Got a good point earlier. Can he get a second? Plays the ball down into the right hand corner. Hogan, the heavily strapped Hogan, the DCU student. Will he take on his marker? Will that hamstring hold up? He's gone around his marker. He's straight in on goal. What's he going to do? It takes his shot. Oh, off the crossbar it comes there. Rasper of the shot. And the goalie Fahy didn't see it, but the crossbar stood in the way. The ball breaks back to Mahony from a tight situation. Pauric puts it over the bar. Great goal scoring chance. Hogan put down the head, took on the marker. The crossbar saved the day. Ball broke. Mahony over the bar.
Yeah, great score. I think it was JJ Hutchinson got the score, Kieran. So great work, hit the crossbar. Ballygunner 2 goal chances there, Kieran, and any one of them would be this early in the half would be brilliant.
Hogan there didn't show any ill effects of his hamstring there as the ball breaks down the middle of the field. Harley Barnes from the sideline gets the ball into JJ. Oh, they didn't hold on to it. Ball gone out over the line there, but much more like it from Ballygunner. They've played 2 3/4 minutes then, and they've got 2 good scores.
Yeah, 2 great scores, but if you look down the field here and the space that the 2 boys have inside, the 2 speedsters inside, they have loads of space in front of them. So I think if Ballygunner can use the ball intelligently, fast ball into them.
Line ball plucked out again out of the air by Hutchinson. Brilliant in the first half, starting well in the second. He gives it back to Barry Coughlan. Barry gets out to Ian Kenny. Ian Kenny from his own 45, wind assisted. In it goes to Power inside. What can he do around the big square? Ball breaks to Hogan, takes his shot. Oh, tried to get a kick on it there. Was he fouled? Yes, says the referee. Pulling and dragging there. The ball dropped to Peter Hogan, left-legged. He tried to place it in to the corner of the net, but there had been a lot of pulling and dragging. The referee was blowing from a long way out. And it's going to be free in for the Gunners.
Thought free. Kieran had his goal chance, to be honest with you. And as I said, I repeat myself, Ballygunner have 3 goal chances, Kieran, and took none of them. Again, they'll get something out of this. They've come out strong in the second half, Kieran.
Rory O'Sullivan on the sideline, part of the backroom team, having a word with some of the other backroom team there. Pauric Connolly there as well. Of course, Rory cornerback on the team that won their only Munster title back in 2001. The free is to Pauric Mahony. Captain in 2001 was Pauric's uncle Billy O'Sullivan. I saw him down earlier watching every puck of the game, and he sends it over the bar. Number 7 for Pauric Mahony. I see Munster Council PRO there, Anthony Walsh. What a job they've done on the programme today. Very informative programme, so well done. Good to have a Waterman at the helm there as PRO of the Munster Council. Puck out down now right. Fahy with the puck out, doing well against a strong wind. Who's first to react to it? A lot of breaking ball all in the first half. It was the men from the bridge. Can Ballygunner start dominating on that tough ball? The man who does is Shane O'Sullivan. Well done by Shane. Did it very well in a very, very tight situation. Gets the ball out to Harley Barnes, his midfield partner. Harley's gone inside the 65. Harley on the 45. He's like as if he's on a Harley Davidson, because he really just ran away from his marker there. Gets the ball to JJ. JJ has a look. JJ takes his shot. Sends it over the bar.
We have a game, Kieran. We have a game. Great work there from Ballygunner and Harley Barnes. And again, JJ Hutchinson tripped over his second point in a couple of minutes here.
The attendance almost 2,500 here, so great crowd here. Good crowd over in the far bank, as big as the county final, but they're all enjoying it. From the puck out, Hutchinson again. Inspirational stuff from the puck out. Pucking him out of the clouds today, and does very well. Gets the ball away. In to help him is Hayden, the corner back. Good play by Eddie, the UCD man. Gets up to Hogan. A free there as Hayden hit it. The ball landed inside the 45. There was a late foul on him and drops inside the 45, so a free in for the bridge. For Ballygunner there, but the bridge there, that late tackle can prove costly, Dan.
Of course it can, Kieran. Again, Wayne Hutchinson, great catch on there off Cathal Malone, and really set up the play and came out and started from the start touching and laid down the law. But again, another chance for Pauric to slip Ballygunner to come in with a point of Sixmilebridge.
12-10. They were 5 down at the break. Whatever Fergal said at half time is definitely working. Of course, they have that strong wind. They had to play into it in the first half, but the wind wouldn't win a match for anybody. It's all on the field of play. They're focused, they're determined, and the mental attitude, top class is Pauric. No one better than Pauric for mental attitude. Over the bar it goes from Mahony. He's 8 points of the afternoon. Dan is back to 1.
Yeah, back to 1, Kieran. So again, as Colin Key said, the first 10 minutes of each half, Kieran, are vital, and Ballygunner have really come out in the first 6 minutes and laid down the law.
Fahy with the puck out, down on our right. Short puck out to the corner back. Purcell, he wasn't really ready for it, and you can see there he was under a bit of pressure. In the end, doesn't do well with his clearances over on the far side near the far bank. What can they do with it? Morey comes back to help him. Hand passes back to the keeper. The keeper is Fahy. Comes out to the edge of the square there, nearly blocked down, but he gets it in, dropping inside the 45. Hutchinson goes up, fails to hold it, just comes off the top of his fingers. The sun really proving difficult for people to keep their eye on it. Ball breaks to Gilligan. Gilligan back to Deasy. Deasy down into the corner, looking for Cathal Malone. That's the dressing room corner, but too much on it. Out over the line ball to Ballygunner. And I must say the Waterford and Ballygunner support starting to get more vocal then.
Yeah, great, Kieran. Great, Ballygunner.
Line ball quickly.
Ball.
Back to Stephen O'Keefe. Who can he find? He's looking for Billy there over near the far sideline, but Billy didn't get his hand to it. Jamie Shanahan does, the midfielder. He's been very prominent for the bridge. Intercepted brilliantly by Hayden. Hayden gets it to David O'Sullivan. He started this run at the start of the second half. Son of Surgeon Tig, of course, younger brother Brian, unfortunately, sitting on the sideline with a badly injured shoulder. At the other end, Barry Coughlan picks up the pieces, opens the shoulder, sends it long. Gunners are on the attack. Was there a foul? Yes, says the referee there. JJ judged to have held a hurley there. From a distance you could nearly see it, Dan, but hard call.
The hard call, I think he played the hurley there, and again, he was gone, Kieran, if the play had
Space in
gone on.
front of
Yeah,
this
there's not a
huge space
space
in
inside
there,
on it,
so if Ballygunner can exploit that space, then they can do damage.
Quick ball, Kieran, I think is the only way you'll exploit it, and I think the lads inside, if they get quick ball, they can get a goal or two.
Fitzpatrick runs on the physio and goes strength and conditioning. David Franks is excellent as the long free comes in around the edge of the Ballygunner square. Who's first to react? Wayne Hutchinson. Super play by Hutchie at centre back. Gets the ball away to Kenny. Kenny gets the ball away to bit of overplay. They have the win, Dan, and Kenny meant well. Went to Shane O'Sullivan there out over the line. Bit of overplay. Used that win, Dan.
Yeah, Hayden just misplaced the hand press straight away, and so he didn't control it. But again, Kieran used the wind, fast ball into the boys there. See the space down there, Kieran. There's 4-on-4 inside there, and not even within the from the 65 in. Like, you know, so quick ball in.
Line ball outside the 20, about 25 metres out, stand side, hitting into the Keane's Road end. Taking the line ball is Alex Morey. He's already got one, but well capable of putting over from the line. He did it in the county final, but this one has gone right, and this one is gone wide. Fourth wide for the Bridge. Score remains 12-11, 1 point between the sides, 8.5 minutes gone. Socky's going long with this one. Stephen O'Keefe, the All-Star, becoming Waterford 20th All-Star, dropping near the 40. Oh, plucked brilliantly out of the air by Morey there. Caught it really out of the clouds, but a poor clearance cut off by Harley Barnes. Harley Barnes gets the ball away to Pauric Mahony, standing on the far sideline. Can he sneak it in? Yes, he does. Literally standing on the far sideline. We're level for a second time in Walsh Park. What a score by Pauric.
Unbelievable score. Kieran overplayed there from Morey, the number 5 for Sixmilebridge. Should have delivered the ball and he won it. It's the first time Pauric Mahony got away from his man and punished him big time.
The Piercy winning easily up in Limerick against the Cork representatives. Blackrock from the puck out, the Bridge are through here. They have a chance. The man going forward is Golden, the county star. Gone inside the 20, takes a shot. Oh, what a save by Socky, but the ball is still in danger zone. What can they do? Ball breaks out and goes over the bar by Malone there, but what a save by Socky there.
Yeah,
what a save.
An unbelievable save from the Sock, so it was from Golden, like, you know, at a vital stage in the game. If Sixmilebridge were to get a goal there, Kieran probably would have finished Ballygunner. But an unbelievable save from the number 1 goalie in Ireland.
Yeah, the ball breaks to Malone. He sticks it over the bar. Bridge go back in front. 10 minutes gone in the second half. They win the puck out and they're putting it out towards the middle of the field. Fitzpatrick is the man that puts it out towards the middle of the field. Is it gone out of the line? Carl McAllister's the linesman down here. He's also the standby referee. It's going to be line ball for Shane O'Sullivan, just outside the 65. We're seeing the substitute down here. Barry has been warmed up. Barry O'Sullivan, son of Billy, number 21. Line ball is taken quickly. Who's first to react to it? Referee, I think, is going to give the free to Ballygunner. Yes, he is off the ground. Yeah. I must say he's really close to the action, and you have to be vigilant to see that.
Definitely touched on the gun here. I could see it there from here, so I did, and it was definitely free. No, the linesman has overruled it. The linesman has overruled. He did touch it, I thought, on the ground, Kieran. That's a point for Ballygunner.
But can the linesman overrule a decision?
I don't think so, Kieran, if I'm honest. So
I'm surprised at that, but there might have been a retaliation or something, but we'll follow the play. Ball goes to Jamie Shanahan, puts the Clareman on the attack. Out comes Hayden, loves to come out in front of his marker. Good play by the UCD man there, but well hooked from behind there. Really careful nowhere there was Alex Morey. Ball breaks out towards the 65. That's as David O'Sullivan goes back to help. That's the Ballygunner 65. Harley Barnes gives the ball into the corner. Coming out is Conor Power. He's a man isolated. It's Barry Fitzpatrick. Conor has the speed. He's gone around his marker, dragged to the ground there. Fergal just dancing a jig there, because he feels it could be more than that. There's going to be a substitute very, very shortly, but give Conor Power in space. He's going to do damage then.
Yeah, Kieran, we're saying it all day, the fast ball into him. Again, great intelligent play from out the field. Kieran had one little look up, he made a diagonal run, won the ball.
Harley gave a beautiful pass, didn't he?
Barry Fitzpatrick is in big trouble inside there, because our man is too pace on the 6-mile-bridge. I need to make a change.
It's the one thing Davy emphasised, that we could exploit the full back line as regards pace.
I guarantee you, if Davy was in charge, he'd have someone sitting in front of that full back line, Kieran, so he would no, there's a lot of space inside our number 4, as I said. Fitzpatrick is in big trouble with Conor Power, and 6-mile-bridge need to make a change big time there.
Shane Walsh coming off there. His tie, I notice, is very heavily strapped. Not quite sure was he carrying an injury in today, because he's been a stalwart for him all year, the joint captain, but he's coming off, and a chance for Barry O'Sullivan. The stopwatch says 12 minutes.
Yeah, I thought maybe Kieran a bit strange, man, big physical man in these conditions, and Harley Barnes has to go back, wing back now, so he does, and maybe two or three switches for one switch, if you know what I'm saying.
So the free should be no problem, and it isn't for Pauric Mahony. Over the bar it goes. Great score.
Oh, great score, Kieran. Again, So it was a great work from Conor Pauric to get the free for.
So we're level for a third time. It's 13 points apiece. 12 and a half minutes gone the second half. You're listening to the George Corbett Score the Big Match live here on WLR. It's the Clare champions against the Waterford champions, and there's nothing to separate them. Shane O'Sullivan wins that puck out. Good play by the elder statesman on the Ballygunner team. Up towards Hogan, getting ties very heavily strapped, but he's determined to play on and wins that ball. Gets the ball out as far outside the 45, blocked down, line ball. Ballygunner there. He was really in the spot of bother, but worked very hard to do it out over the line ball, and it's going to be taken by Pauric Mahony coming over.
And again, Kieran, he was looking for that diagonal ball over the Conor Pauric, so he was straight away again. Pauric fancied his chances here. Took 1 or 2 last week, Kieran, and they were just wide. So
clean this one up. It's outside the 45, his stand side. He's hitting into the town end, and it's wind assisted. Good crowd here supporting the black and red. 2,500 patrons here, and a good crowd over on the far bank. Lovely ball dropping around Deasy on the edge of the square. Ball is deflected in, but no problem. The end for Fahy, the keeper. The Sixmilebridge keeper opens the shoulders against the strong wind, pucks it out, but it's been held up in the middle of the field. Ball drops. Who's first to react to it is Brian Corry. He's been quiet in the first half. A county panellist, much more in that player, as we might see before this game is out. Ball dropped dangerously in around the danger zone. Barry Coughlan comes back. Good play by the county fullback. Gets the ball away to Wayne Hutchinson. He's in space. He looks up, trying to find a man. The man he finds is Pauric Mahony playing deep. Swings it down to the left hand wing there. Out comes Conor Power, but the ball is batted down away from Power. And the physicality is Clareman just coming out and brushing the Ballygunner men aside there, and the physicality really telling in this contest. Noel Purcell has it. Purcell out to the middle of the field. No relation of the famous Dublin actor, as it goes to Brian Corry. Corry tries to work it inside to Shane Golden, the county star. Golden under pressure there, wins the ball back, turns to his left. Good hook there by Ian Kenny, and the ball breaks to Barry Coughlan. Good play by Coughlan. Getting it up now to Billy O'Keefe. What can Billy do? Listen, he picked the ball up, but would you believe, just snapped from behind him. Brilliantly snapped from behind him. But a bit of interception again. This is brilliant hurling in the middle of the field. Who can handle it? O'Keefe is the man who has it. That's Billy. Billy plays it away to Shane O'Sullivan. Shane O'Sullivan, has he pulled it a bit left? It's going to drop in dangerously around the edge of the square. Oh, fair play to the goal. He kept his eye on it, dropped under the crossbar, and Fahy was up to it. Out he comes. He's gone outside the 20. He's gone out too far. Get rid of it, said the Clare mentors, and the 6-Mile-Bridge bench are telling him get rid of it, and he does. Out to the middle of the field. Conor Deasy has it for the Bridge. It's 13 points apiece. They're on the attack. Drop inside the 20-metre line. Harley Barnes is back to pick up the breaking ball. Looking for space. Works it away to his midfield partner Shane O'Sullivan outside his own 45. Looking for O'Keefe. O'Keefe leaves the ball run through to JJ. Will JJ have a run here with this one? Yeah, he takes on his marker. Gone inside the 45. Still JJ. Flicks the ball away in space is O'Keefe. O'Keefe has space. Can he take a shot? Has a look. Takes his shot. Sends it over the bar. Great play by the substitute JJ. Finished by O'Keefe. That's more like it. And Ballygunner won front.
Great score here. So it is great work from Ballygunner out the field there. Again, low what JJ took on the man, took the responsibility here and hand passing over the bar. I think I see Morey saying number 6 has gone back on Conor Pauric here.
Yeah, they heard you down there. That's Fitzpatrick was in trouble. The puck out is down now, right. At this stage, I want to say hello to Waterford star camogie player Trish Jackman, listening in over in Lincoln in the UK. What a servant she's been, a Waterford camogie, and of course a huge Waterford and Ballygunner supporter. And Trish sending her best wishes to the Gunners as the puck out down now, right. It's Fahy who takes it. Drops inside the 65. Barry Coughlan is the man who picks it up. Good play by Barry. Barry gets up to Billy O'Keefe. He's gone into space. He's gone inside the 45. It's O'Keefe going forward for the Gunners. What's he going to do? Hand pass the ball across. Oh, telegraphed that. But Peter Hogan tries to pick it up under a bit of pressure there. O'Keefe had his chance. He had his chance. Overplayed it. There was a point on, if not more. But he hand passed it diagonally across. Intercepted. Free out relief for 6-Mile-Bridge. The Gunners still lead by 1. Ball dropped inside the 45. This could be dangerous. Mulready has it on the sideline. Good defensive play inside. Coughlan is the man who was the stone wall there. Out over the line.
Billy O'Keefe should have kept going there, Kieran, and opened up from, and again it could have been a goal opportunity. Kind of panicked a bit, maybe going down a hand pass with his wrong hand. Again, I think Barry Coughlan has been outstanding here in the last 15 minutes, Kieran, since the start of the second half. He's really coming on out with ball after ball and done a great job in the backs of Ballygunner.
Fergal calling together Rory there. Rory O'Sullivan and David Franks. What can they do? Ball won by Barry O'Sullivan there. Was that for overcarrying or did
he touched it, and he touched it on the hurley, Kieran. There's he kind of caught the ball. Very harsh, I thought. Like, the referee will have to watch everything if he does that. Like, I don't think he was calling the linesman is calling him in.
The linesman is calling him in because I think it's very, very harsh now. In fairness, Colin McAllister is showing up Johnny Murphy here. He's after calling a few. He's just, yes, and Colin McAllister, an experienced inter-county referee, because it seemed very, very harsh, and definitely the linesman thought so as well, and Fergal wasn't happy, and when Fergal isn't happy, he tells his own story, and Fergal's now a man to jump up for every decision like other people on the line then, but he waits. And
100% Kieran, and Barry Sullivan knew himself there that he didn't do anything wrong. You know by the players' reaction, Kieran, and he reacted when the referee was given,
18 minutes gone the second half. What a different Ballygunner team. This is the Ballygunner team we've seen all year. Whatever Fergal said at half time, and within their own heads then, the determination in the second half, it's a different team.
Unbelievable. But I think Kieran Fergal and the management came out about 2 or 3 minutes earlier than they did, and the boys left it to themselves inside there, Kieran, to have their own few words, and whatever they said at half time has really worked, because they came out here with the wind and they're really tearing into Sixmilebridge.
So hold up and play, Sixmilebridge down. And down, and great to see Dr. Pauric Quinn, over 30 years involved with the club and county. What a servant of GA, and a lovely, lovely gentleman, Marie Fennessy, the Fizzy as well, and they're part and parcel of Clare GA. Of course, our man Fitzpatrick needs no introduction as well. Over 30 years involved between Ballygunner and of course the county as well, and great to have men like that on both clubs bringing that expertise.
Brilliant, Kieran, absolutely brilliant.
So the line ball, or it's going to be throw in outside the 45. It's in front of the stand. That's the Ballygunner 45, and Colin McAllister, of course, with strong Dungarvan connections, called the referee over. He wasn't happy with that free, and the referee has decided to throw it in. The injured Conor Deasy is okay for the 6 Mile Bridge, and the ball is thrown in. Who can get into their hand in these tight situations there? It looked like Morey was looking for a free there, but he kind of picked it in a crowded area there, but looked for the free and got the free.
He got the free, Kieran. The hurley was high, so I think he got the free. He looked for it and definitely got it.
6 Mile Bridge, of course, they won an All-Ireland title back in '96. The man down under us was in the number 1 shirt, Davy Fitzgerald. He's watching every puck. I'm sure he'd love to be on the sideline because he's hitting every puck as well with his son Colm down under us. As we see number 8 taking the free, Jamie Shanahan. Can he make it the equaliser outside the 45, 10 metres in from the sideline? He's already got 6. He should make this number 7, and he does. Over the bar it goes. He's an experienced campaigner. Dan, we're level
Kieran,
for a fourth time.
I think that's our first free in the second half there. It's Jamie Shanahan. He's been quite a midfield from player, but his frees have been deadly. Oh, great puck out again.
Stephen O'Keefe, lovely puck out. Finds his man Pauric Mahony. Lovely ball across inside towards JJ. JJ in a lovely 1-2. Did he overplay it? Play on, says referee. Ball goes to Barry O'Sullivan. Takes his shot. All right and wide there. Everything was perfect. JJ set up Barry, but Barry right and wide.
Kieran, you saw the ball bouncing up there for JJ Hutchinson this time of the year, so the field must be fairly good if it bounced up into his hand, but again, half a chance for Barry O'Sullivan.
Fahy takes it quickly. Out it goes towards Evan McInerney. Got the late call up down into the right hand corner, dressing room corner. Ian Kenny there trying to keep tabs on his marker, but the Clare man gets the better of him. Looks a good shot, and it's gone over the bar. That was a great score because under real tight scenario. Brian Corry, I think, is the man who got it.
Yeah, fantastic score. Had to work for Kieran, the 2 or 3 Ballygunner lads around him, and again
Bridge
a great
go back
score.
in front. They lead by 1. 20 minutes gone. Ball in the middle of the field. Shane O'Sullivan from the puck out gets the ball into his hand. Good play by the Moon Tour from the Gale Skull in Ballygunner. Gets it down into the corner. What can he do with it now? JJ has it, showing prominently. Did he turn and twist? Did he overplay? To me, I thought he did, but the answer is referee. Definitely the 6 Mile Bridge Corunders felt it as well. Noel Purcell has it. The number 2 gets the ball away to Cayman Morey. Morey coming out near the 45, again running into a bit of traffic. He did it early on as well, didn't take the right decision. Ball breaks to David Sullivan. It's a free for Pauric Mahony and Ballygunner outside the 45. A chance for the equaliser, Dan.
Yeah, I think he overplayed it, Kieran. To be honest, he had a chance to clear on the ball. It didn't. A great hook from Peter Hogan. He'd never go up, he didn't win the ball, but never go up, chased it and got the hook in, and it's a free for Pauric.
Yeah, so it's a free for Pauric Mahony, a chance to bring us back level. Great news from Limerick earlier with Ardmore winning. I think at this stage the lads from Onrang are in a bit of trouble. 18 points to 1-7, so Kilmeely gone in front, but Ardmore safely through in the Munster junior club. So well done to all in Ardmore. I know County Chairman Paddy Joe Ryan was making his way up there this afternoon to cheer on the junior intermediate champions as Pauric Mahony takes the free and sends it over the bar. It's number 10, Dan. And
it's fair score.
Super score.
We're
level again. Level for a 5th time. Fahy with the puck out. 15 points apiece. 22 minutes on the clock. the wind is favouring Gunners, but it's the possession that counts, and the possession is with Shane Golden from that puck out. Wayne Hutchinson reads it well. Oh, he's reading it well all day, swinging the ball down into the corner. Billy O'Sullivan, he's really taking charge of the forward line today in the absence of Brian O'Sullivan. In the ball goes to Conor Power. Can he get into his hand? Trying to get on the first, and it doesn't on the first, doesn't on the second. Just needs to steady it down a bit. He was in front of his marker by about 2 metres, but didn't get up in the first attempt, and in the end it's a free out, so Conor just needs to steady it.
Yeah, great ball in again. I can't believe the space the Ballygunner forwards are getting from the Sixmilebridge backs, Kieran, and
it's big score up in Limerick. Napiercy 2-18, Blackrock 7 points, so the Limerick champions safely through to the final. Who will they play? Only time will tell. The time is 7 minutes to tell, and it's 15 points apiece. Sixmilebridge are on the attack. They're 20 metres out over near the dressing room corner. Ball breaks to Corry, literally standing on the sideline. It looks a good one, but it's gone right and wide. First away wide was Stephen O'Keefe in goal. The Bank of Ireland man, what will he do with this one? Will he go long? He has the wind to his back. Referee asking him to hold it up until he gets into position. Stephen going to take a quick one, but now his options are limited. He'll probably go route one and go long.
From space on the right hand side, he's gone. Peter Hogan
takes the ball, looking for Peter Hogan outside of 45. Hogan there, just you can see, not running freely as one of the fastest men on the team, but in to help him is David O'Sullivan, gone inside of 45. David is in space, he's in near the 20. He's two options, takes his shot. Oh, the goalie managed to put out for a 65 there. Didn't really catch the sweetness of strikes. Tried to get it on the near side, but the goalie was up to it, out for a 65.
Yeah, Kieran, King could have bought it a bit further, Kieran, and shortened stick and went low with it off the ground, because I think the most shots today, Kieran, we've seen have been nice height for the keepers, like, so no, but a great opportunity to get a score out of this and they go a point up.
But he was really on the shoulder there, and he's really coming into it in the second half, David O'Sullivan.
Unbelievable,
quite first.
Again, the space that Ballygunner forwards are getting here.
Down under us there, of course, Jerry Cullen, the chairman, Eddie Flynn, secretary, of course, treasurer Limmer Murphy. What a player he was in his day for the Ferrybank Club with the big ball, and very proud treasurer of a very efficient treasurer of Ballygunner. Out in the middle of the field, it's 15 points apiece. It's the 65, it's just left the centre. The man gone off is Mulready, the corner forward, and the man going on is Kevin Lynch. But the man on the 65 is Pauric Mahony, hitting into the town goal, takes his time with it and sends it over the bar. Number 11 for the ace, 182 he scored coming into the day. You can add on 11 and hopefully we'll be adding on more. 25 minutes, 5 minutes to go. What a time to go in front again.
Yeah, Kieran, Sixmilebridge just come out now and get the point to draw it up.
Puck out by the bridge. Can they get to their 10th Munster final, or will Ballygunner get to their 9th? Will be 5 minutes to the side. Ball in the middle of the field. Ballygunner leading by 1. Morey has it, trying to come away with the ball. In help was the full-back Quilligan. Quilligan plays it back and sends it over the bar there. Quilligan was involved there. He came from nowhere and really was the main supplier of that ball. And it looks like it was number 8, Shanahan, your namesake, Dan, who sent it over.
Great name, Kieran.
8 point for him.
Yeah, it's fair going here from Pauric, man. He's shoot out between the two boys, Shanahan.
Shanahan hasn't been that prominent.
No, he hasn't. The boys do well from playing on Kieran, but again, he's tipping away all the time.
Brian Carey being warmed up down under for Sixmilebridge. The stopwatch says 26 minutes. The scoreboard says 16 apiece. We're level for 6 times here. For the 6th time here. Out over the line goes Hutchinson there. Shane O'Sullivan goes in there as well, but JJ really, and that's a very hard surface down there.
Yeah,
as well.
You get a tumble here, you know about it. I think the number 4 is really
Barry
Fitzpatrick really got into JJ's face there, but I think Barry should always get a bit of a trim off Conor Power, should worry about his own game instead of getting on for this.
Line ball, 4 minutes to go. Lovely line ball to Shanahan. He's their top scorer. He's outside the 45. He knows where the posts are. He has a look, takes his shot, and over the bar it goes. The 9 point for the midfielder, but more importantly, it's the lead.
Yeah, they bought him, they've put him on, they've moved him into centre forward here, and he's getting a bit more space there. Great line ball, diagonal ball across the field. Got the better fill up there and tipped it over the bar.
So Ballygunner, last chance saloon, 4 minutes left, less than 4 minutes, dropping inside the 45. It's Shane O'Sullivan is onto the breaking ball. He's running inside the 20, being pulled and dragged into Hogan. What can he do with it? Tries to overplay it into the corner. It goes. They tried to work it into the goal. It's in the back of the net.
Barry O'Sullivan.
It's Barry, the substitute, is the man who stuck it in one-handed. Or was it JJ? It was JJ. but whoever it was, they'll take it. The ball just broke one-handed. There was a melee of players and it took one hand, and I think JJ is the man that's getting the plaudits. What a time to get a goal then.
Kieran, a couple of minutes to go. Great goal. Great work from Shanahan. So again, Kieran, I'm sick of saying this, but I'm not sick of it. But the puck out from Stephen O'Keefe to get the play for Shane O'Sullivan to take on the defence. Again, Sully travelled a long ways, no one came to meet him, and
Shane O'Sullivan really in the middle of the field. He's 8 Sunday in a row, but you wouldn't think it. But Stephen O'Keefe with that long puck out found him, and in the end it's in the back of the net, and JJ Hutchinson's the man who takes the plaudits. Philip Mahony now putting him back on the attack, out towards Peter Hogan. They lead by 2. The stopwatch says it's just 2 minutes of normal time. There was a few stoppages, but not too many. Thomas McCarthy makes his way down to the sideline, hoping he'll be talking to a happy Fergal Hartley as the ball breaks there, and the referee runs over. He says, slow it down, lads, I'm going to throw it in. But that goal couldn't have come at a better time. Pat Harron is on the line, part of the backroom team.
Fergal and the backroom team are going to use their intelligence.
Pat McCarthy threw his stick there in the heat of the moment there down on the line as well.
Bring on a few substitutions, kill the time, Kieran, to be honest with you.
Jerry Cullen, the chairman, looks on motionless as he always does. What a servant he's been at the club. He's seen it all, taken over from the great McGinn.
This is good for Ballygunner, Kieran, the stoppage of play and all that stuff. They'll be happy with this. They're 2 points up. Outside
the 45, stop-start here. The ball is thrown in. The stopwatch says there's 29 minutes gone. 1 minute plus stoppages. But now here come the men from Clare, from the middle of the field. Cathal Malone, has he hit it right? Has he hit it wide? Stephen O'Keefe says wide, and someone now does the umpire. First away was O'Keefe, and why wouldn't you then? What a relief from right and wide, and they lead by 2.
They lead by 2, Kieran.
1 minute of normal time. Puck out, Stephen O'Keefe again, hold up and play there. They listen to you, Dan, there. They're warming up the substitute. Substitute is David Walsh. Got a clinker of a point last week. David coming on. Got a great point from the sideline. The former UCC student. He's on.
Great.
And as Peter Hogan called ashore, of course, as we mentioned earlier, he's going through the pain barrier. He has this hamstring trouble, but my God, he gives it everything. Showed well for the ball, and he comes off. And on comes young David Walsh.
Great work from Peter Hogan. We know he's a bit injured at the moment, but he gave a great 50 minutes there.
Stephen O'Keefe in the puck out, and again just batted out over the line. It's going to be line ball to Ballygunner. McAllister on this stand side. It's out to 45. 3 minutes of additional time. There was a few stoppages. Didn't think as many as 3, but there's one referee. He says there's 3. The stopwatch says we're on the half hour. That means this. We're into the 3 minutes of additional time. The line ball, Pauric coming out to take it. 50 metres out, stand side, hitting into the town goal on our right. They lead by 2, a dangerous lead in a hurling match. Lovely ball in around the danger zone. Who's first to react to it? Ball breaks inside. That's inside the big parallel. Was there a foul? Yes, says the referee. Free out. The worst result for Ballygunner. Free out relief. Fahy coming out to take it on the 13 metre line. The Sixmilebridge keeper. Can they snatch a dramatic late goal? He's gone long. They trail by 2, dropping at the 45. Shane O'Sullivan goes high. Ball breaks, but the man who wins it is Morey, the county star. Hand passes the ball straight through. What can they do? It is 20 metres out from the Ballygunner line. Who's first to react? There's a melee of players. Nobody can just seem to get their hand on. And the man who does is Barry Coughlan. We had a rock in passage, but they have a rock now, I can tell you, in Ballygunner, in Barry Coughlan. Back to Wayne Hutchinson. He opens the shoulder up to Billy O'Keefe. He's been outstanding. He's gone inside the 65. There's 25 metres ahead of him with not a jersey inside. O'Keefe steadies himself, turns to his left, takes his shot and sends it over the bar. Barry Coughlan was the saviour at one end, gave it to Wayne Hutchinson. He found Billy O'Keefe, he found the space, and he found the bar. Over the bar, 117-17. What a score.
It's his third point today, Kieran. He's had to be a fantastic game, so he had to be substitute last couple of games, but not today, Kieran. The space that's been left over there in front of him is unbelievable.
32 minutes gone. That's 1 minute left. Ball in the middle of the field. Carey has it, the substitute. Intercepted well by Philip Mahony. Bit of overplay by Philip. Back to Niall Gilligan, the 41-year-old, trying to resurrect something. A last ditch from the men from the bridge. David O'Sullivan back helping in defence, gets his clearance in, puts them on the attack, dropping inside the 45. Who's first to react to? It's Billy O'Keefe again. Billy tries to get the ball away to Pauric Mahony on the 45. Pauric steadies himself. Bit too casual there, but gets it on the second attempt. Not the best of passes. Gets it down into the corner. What can they do with it? The ball has gone to JJ. JJ takes his shot, and JJ sends it over the bar. The man who got the call up when Brian O'Sullivan stood down is the man that gets the crucial score. Over the bar it goes. Brilliant from JJ. 118, 17 points. they're into a Munster final then.
Yeah, Kieran, what a score to get. Like, it is that insurance point is vital for Ballygunner. So it was great score, great work from Pauric. Didn't give up the play. Great score from JJ.
Is there one last ditch effort here? 118 to 17 points. They lead by 4. The Bridge are on the attack. They always wouldn't die without their boots on. In to help us Wayne Hutchinson. Super play by Wayne Hutchinson. Send it down here in front of us. What can they do with it? JJ now, confidence oozing from the Galtier footballer and Ballygunner hurler. As good as the score, out over the line ball inside the 65. Dan, what an epic finish. 118-17 points.
Yeah, great finish, Kieran. Considering at half time there were 4 or 5 points down, Kieran. Like, the way they came out, the first 10 minutes I think they won the game for Ballygunner. They built in their confidence there, Kieran, and roll on to the Munster final.
Ball just breaks to Shane Golden in front of Fergal Hartley. Fergal Hartley is asking Tim Sullivan to warm up, but there's very little time left on my stopwatch. The ball has gone through to Morey, takes a shot, back of the net it goes. Morey from that long ball, wearing 6 on his back, but that didn't matter. He went up as a last ditch effort, and now there's just a point. The referee is looking at his watch, Fergal is looking at his watch, Carl McAllister's looking at his watch. Tim O'Sullivan wants to come on.
Bring on a sub, slow it down now, Sock. This is the
118 to 117, back of the net, and the man who put it in the back of the net.
No, he won't let him bring on the sub.
Shane Morey.
He won't let him bring on the sub. This is vital.
So, puck out. My stopwatch says 34 minutes gone. There was 3 minutes of additional time. Referee blows his whistle. It's all over. It's all over. And Ballygunner are back in the Munster final. And a 9th Munster final for the men, for the Gunners. And let's hope this time they can do it all the way. 2001 was their last win, but that was one of the sweetest victories in their history. Fergal Hartley goes out and embraces the lads. He's saying well done to Fergal Hartley. Once again they've done Waterford proud. Final scoreline 118 to 117. They won it by a point.
Fergal, Kieran, I'm joined here by Fergal Hartley. Fergal, these men have serious courage.
Oh look, great stuff again, Tomas. Half time we looked like we were possibly dead and buried, and 5 points down, not playing well, but they showed their mettle again, and we're so proud of these lads, That's what's in them, and these tough games are coming through now week in, week out, so we're very proud.
You're 5 points down at half time, Fergal. I know Sixmilebridge were playing with the breeze, but looked like you're up against it at that stage. What were the instructions?
Well, they were a better team in the first half, and they deserve. We were lucky to be only 5 points down at half time. We could have been down by 7 or 8 or even more. And the instruction really was we need to get it together, because we weren't together. They were doing to us what we expected to do to them. They were working harder than we worked. They were fighting for every ball. They were winning the breaks. We weren't doing that. So that's we had to get it together. We weren't right. Our first half was not a good performance, and we came out in the second half. We fair, and sure what we're made of.
And you could see it straight away from David O'Sullivan. I think won the throw in the second half that you were really on it, and you really, I think you recovered that 5 point deficit very quickly, Fergal.
Yeah, and it was purely down to attitude, intent. Just doing what we said we would do, fighting for every ball. Like I suppose, as I say, like our lives depended on. We weren't doing that in the first half. They were doing that to us, and I suppose that was it. It was really a matter of intent. It wasn't really a tactical change. It was just purely a matter of intent. And in fairness, the boys did everything we asked of them in the second half, and as they have done all year. Our first half performance was probably one of our weakest of the year, albeit against great opposition, a great Sixmilebridge team. But second half, I suppose we showed what we're made of.
You gave JJ Hutchinson a huge hug there. He really stepped up in the absence of Brian O'Sullivan. 1-3 in the second half.
1-3 for JJ, and JJ is an old dog, and he's 30 years of age now, and he's done it for Ballygunner now against Lismore in the semi-final. He came on and scored that crucial, probably the winning point, and he did it last week against Turles Sarsfields. He's done it again today, so we knew that's in JJ, and that's what a strong panel is about.
Another one of your unsung heroes, Billy O'Keefe, struck 3 points second half, and he ran at that Bridge defence at every opportunity.
Just ran at him, and that was his instructions, to get at the ball and run at him, and Billy had a storm of it. Delighted for him. Probably his best game of the year, and he did everything we asked of him. His movement off the ball was superb, and that's what we're looking for Billy, and that's the potential Billy has, and delighted for him.
You'll be delighted with the 2 week break now, Fergal, I imagine, ahead of the Munster final.
Oh yeah, badly needed 2 week break, to be fair, and that's 8 weeks on the trot, so it has been tough, there's no question. And this week, I believe, was the toughest of the whole lot in terms of getting lads to the right pitch. It was tough, and then last week, I suppose, against Turles Sarsfields, we had that from last year, fellas to fall back on that, and that's what they wanted. This week was the toughest of the lot, I suppose, to get fellas right, and I think we saw that maybe in the first half, and at half time, I suppose, the lads got themselves together and got to where we needed to get to.
And familiar opponents in the final appears to have come through very strong against Blackrock. You know a lot about about them from
I don't know the
previous
score
years.
in that. I presume they came through strongly, did they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and it was a super team. And look, our focus has not been on the Pierce. Haven't looked at them. Don't know why. All I know is from what we played them a couple of years ago. So our focus is not on the Pierce. It's purely on Sixmilebridge today, Thurles the last day, De La Salle the day before that, and every week in, week out, back as far as Dungarvan, Abbey side, De La Salle. So it's been week in, week out. We never look beyond the game we had, the obstacle we had in front of us. So we'll have to learn about the Pierce over the next 2 weeks and do our homework and be as prepared as we can be.
Well done, Fergal, another tremendous victory.
Thanks Tomas.
Thanks to you, Kieran.
Yeah, thanks Tomas, and obviously delighted Fergal Hartley. We're joined once again by David Fitzgerald. David, appreciate you coming in. You said at half time that the game wasn't over. You were 5 points up, but you had a feeling that there was a lot more in Ballygunner.
Oh, definitely, and they showed a big improvement in their desire to get dirty ball and win it, but we've nothing to do, only blame ourselves. I thought we were very naive on the sideline. Every puck out, it was so obvious what they were doing, and we allowed it to happen all the time. I just don't know what we were looking at. Number 4, we were in trouble, as we said at half time, the same position.
At half time, Conor Pauric could do damage.
Yeah, we could have won that game quite easily. We could have won it, but fair play to Ballygunner. They showed great desire, great heart in the second half, and they did it, but we've no one to blame, only ourselves.
Was mental attitude for Ballygunner, because at half time 5 points down, weren't playing well. Fergal mentioned it there, and I saw Fergal and the manager coming out. He left the players to themselves, because how important is mental attitude at that stage?
Listen, they were definitely a different team. There was definitely more desire in them in the second half, but I just thought we helped them. I actually thought we helped them with the way we just didn't read. When you pull your forwards into
the sweeper?
No, it didn't come down to the sweeper. What it came down to was, if you pull your forwards into the middle, you just read the ball. Every time he hit the ball down the side. Why our lads were looking at their players, I have no idea. They just need if we read that ball, we'd have won that game. And the goal below was a scrappy goal. Like, it was absolute. It was around the square there for ages. Why it wasn't out over the 60 for 65, or someone didn't line it. When it's in that danger zone, you need to kill it, and that was the change of the game.
But there was a period in the second half where Bridge really died. There was a kind of a 10-15 minute period where you seemed to drop a gear.
We did, like, they were totally on top of us, but that's going to happen in every game you play. Like, the Bridge got their periods of dominance there as well as they did in the first half.
Do you think tactically was where you got it wrong?
I just think that we were very naive in certain things. Now, the lads have done a great job with the team, but looking out at the game, every puck out, Ballygunner did the same thing. And all the Bridge lads had to do was attack the ball instead of worrying about their man, you know.
You give Stephen O'Keefe credit as well for finding his men.
Oh, listen, he found the space. That's what he found, and his men were hitting the space, were getting into the space. But there was just one or two things I think we were very naive on, and that's for definite. Because I'm very proud of the Bridge lads. They gave 110%. They worked so hard today. And in fairness, Ballygunner were that way in the second half. Ballygunner absolutely, they showed what they're made of. And you know what? It's going to be an intriguing Munster Cup final.
They'll be hot favourites, obviously, after a big win today.
They won't be hot favourites, Kieran. They'll like. You always knew they were going to win today. Like, Blackrock didn't win Cork, so they didn't. You knew Purcell, but I think it'll be a super game. So I do. It's one I'm really looking forward to watching, because Ballygunner will have 2 weeks of a break. Purcell will fancy their chances. It's going to be a right good one. Can Ballygunner win it? They can. But it's a big one now. This is going to be very interesting.
Finally, the loss of Pauric Fitzpatrick. You said before the game, how big a blow was it to you? There was a lot of talk he might play, and then at the last minute they decided better not play him.
He would have been a big plus to us. I just thought one or two of the lads were in a small bit of trouble today. I don't know if we had the ammunition to come on or that, but he was a big loss. But fair play to Ballygunner. They got the results out of it, and they got it because they persevered and they really wanted it in the second half, and fair play to them.
You give them a right chance in the final?
I guarantee you, I think they have a right chance. I do. I think the 2 week break, I think, will do them no harm, and it's a game you'd actually really look forward to going to and seeing, you know.
Davey, great to have you come in. And of course, next time we'll see you here will be the opening league game against Wexford.
I shall turn up and see what happens. Anyhow.
Davey, listen, finally, you must be delighted with the Fitters family. You're back on air again. What a success story that has been for you. Of course, our own Tom Devine won it a few years ago, but what a success story for you.
Yeah, it's great. Like, I think it's good TV, and personally for myself, it's just great to get away from the hurling. You need to get a break away from that too, and just, you know what, it's different and you enjoy it, and the environment is just fantastic, and you know what, it's good for all the family, because from young to middle-aged to elderly, everyone can watch it and empathise. Like some of our elderly contestants were late 50s into early 60s, and they were flying around there, you know. No fear.
David, listen, thanks really for dropping in, and hopefully we'll see you back here at the end of January.
We'll talk to you then. Good luck.
Thanks, David. Good luck. David Fitzgerald wrapping up and our thanks to David, of course, proud Sixmilebridge man, won 6 county medals with him, of course 3 Munsters as well, and in Ireland. Final word to you, Dan, my co-commentator. Really, what a second half turnaround for Ballygunner, Dan.
Yeah, I think Fergal
Davey put his hand in his
He did, of course, and Davey, he was so spot on. Saki saw the space, he gave it. He probably would, if Davey being honest, he would have probably brought back someone there, Kieran, and killed the space. But again, the Ballygunner mentality, Kieran, which Fergal spoke about last week, never questioned their fitness levels. He said that today their mentality was unbelievable, Kieran. That knew being 4, 5, 6 points down at half time to come out and do what they did in the first 10 minutes, Kieran, to get the scrappy goal. Let's not forget, Kieran, they had 2 or 3 half chances as well in the second half as goals. Hit the crossbar. So I think Ballygunner deserved the win today. Again, Davey was really honest on his opinion there with the lads on the line. Again, I would agree with him. I thought number 4 was in big trouble with Conor Pauric for all day. We said it at half time even. He didn't make the switch. So
and Davey actually mentioned it at half time too, as Dan, you know. So Dan, they're into the final. The Purcell runaway victory over Blackrock, but Ballygunner won't fear in the Purcell, and indeed obviously Peter Hogan to give him an extra 2 weeks with his injury. Brian O'Sullivan's still out, but they will fancy themselves of really putting it up to them in the Purcell.
Oh, definitely, Kieran, and and even over the years, Kieran, I don't think any Waterford club team has you know what I mean, would fear any Limerick club team. Like, and look at last week, they beat the Tipperary champions. This week they beat the Clare champions, and of course they can beat the Limerick champions. I guarantee that. Fergal will be saying that. I hope he leaves the lads out tonight to really enjoy themselves, Kieran, because they're after a long 8 weeks, so they have 2 weeks to get focused for this game, like, and a good recovery, a good get together. And getting great focus for the Purcell. Dan, once again, thanks for having us co-commentator. Looking forward, of course, to the final in 2 weeks' time. So that's it here. Happy news from a Waterford point of view. Ballygunner are through to the Munster final. A final score of 118 to 117. Thanks to Tomas McCarthy in sound and on the sideline, and for our half-time analyst, and of course Davy Fitzgerald as well for dropping in. Half-time score, or full-time score, 118-117. Ballygunner are back in the Munster final. Back to you in studio.
You're listening to the big match on WLR, thanks to George Corbett Skoda.